Hi guys, yet another vinyl update video. I don't know, 37, 8, something like that anyway. And yeah, I've been away for a couple of weeks. I've got some really nice, some very interesting stuff actually, and I want to share these with you. So before we start, I would like to just. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, wow, people are actually watching these videos, which is amazing. And I would like just to thank everybody that is subscribed, watching the videos, and commenting, however you want to call it anyway. And yeah, it's thank you very much, guys, because if this wasn't happening, then if you weren't there, probably I wouldn't be doing this. And I hope that you do get something out, get some interesting ideas about things to buy, and perhaps even a useful opinion every now and again. So yeah, thank you very much. I wanted to say that, and and that's being out of the way, I guess that it's time to show what you're here for and what you're wasting your time about with watching me. Um, Records. So yeah, first of all, let's start off with what's playing in the background. It's Beach in Bajas. It's Aquatic. It's a record that came out in for Record Store Day. It's quite limited. I think it's 500 copies. I think it's Record Store Day. I'm not 100% sure. It's Beach in Bajas is the keyboardist from a band called Cave. I have shown some of their stuff, and what they are branded as are like krautrock revivalists and repeater rock, which is a really catchy title, and it actually does fit them well. But this is his project, Beach in Bajas, and he's into synths basically, as you can hear in the background. This is their second full LP, because I've done some EPs and splits and whatnot. It was really good stuff here. I recommend this one, and I recommend the previous one even more actually. But not that this is not very good. Comes with a DVD, as with the other release, which is on the same label, Calistay, and it's a very nicely presented LP. It comes with a very heavy cardboard. I haven't watched the DVD because the music on this LP is basically made for a film from Olivia Wyatt, and yeah, Aquatic. And the other record also was about water again. So very nice, very strong LP. However, although usually I play in the background the record that I want to showcase in some way or form. This is not the record I want to showcase. It just happens that I've been listening to it. So the record I want to showcase is one that I'm very excited about. I had it in back order for a month or something, and yeah, it just came in yesterday. So it's a collaboration of a band and a musician, I guess loads of musicians actually. The band is Motorcycle. I don't know if you know them. They're a Swedish band, and to be fair, I don't find Motorcycle as a band very exciting. I've seen them live, saw them live like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something, back home, and they play this kind of psychedelic, progressive pop, power pop. I don't know. I cannot really put it into exact words, but it doesn't touch me, if you like. It doesn't say anything to me. It is alright, nice music, but it's not the kind of thing that excites me. However, this does excite me. It is this one. Motorcycle and Stale Storken, the Death Defying Unicorn. Fanciful and fairly far out musical fable. Now, the fairly far out is, I think, an understatement. And Stale Storlken is a jazz musician, I think. And it also features some other people, I cannot pronounce the names, and the Trondheim Jazz Orchestra. So this is, so they take the music of Motorcycle, which is this kind of progressive psychedelic rock slash poppy, I don't know what you call it, and they infuse all these jazz elements into it. And I'm not sure I'm doing it justice, but it's just an over-the-top record. It has all these elements, all these progressive psychedelic elements. And I'm not a big fan of progressive music, progressive rock, if you like, which is a bit unfair to say, because, you know, I do enjoy records from Amon Düül, which are, yeah, they are said, you know, Amon Düül are supposedly krautrock, but they are more progressive than krautrock, in my opinion. However, I do, what I want to say is, which is really hard, is that I usually don't enjoy progressive music, because they try to do things over the top and just, you know, going from A to B, they go through Z. This is a kind of record that does that in some ways. So you do get rock elements, hard hidden, you know, good psychedelic rock. You do get minimalist jazz elements in here. You do get quiet pieces where it's like, you know, orchestral almost, but it all blends. It's just a really strong kind of blend of music, and everything just fits. As I said, you know, I don't mind going from A to B through Z, just as long as it makes sense. And sometimes, you know, there are bands, progressive bands, that go from A to B through Z just for the hell of it, and I'm not a big fan of that. This one, however, is mind-blowingly good. I mean, I can think of several people that would just, you know, wet their pants over this record. I mean, you know, I would think about Derek, I would think about Big Star, I would think about Tony. Guys, you know, if you are watching this video, and if you know, if my opinion has any weighting, you know, whatsoever in your buying habits, get this one. This is just an instant classic. It's just amazing. As I said, I'm not a big fan of Motorcycle. If you do like Motorcycle, then you should get it anyway. But if you haven't heard about Motorcycle, then you know, I think that this is the kind of record that you would just enjoy. And not just these people, but a lot of people, I guess. It comes out on, just to give you another indication that is really good, and Derek will know what I mean. It's out on Room Gramophone, which is the label that gave us Super Silent. So, yeah. So, yes, get this. This is unbelievable stuff. Highly, 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 highly recommended. I cannot recommend this highly enough. Go out and buy it. I mean, buy 2 copies. It will be, you know, it will be a classic, I think. Yeah, and I could end my update here. I mean, you know, this is just fucking amazing. So yeah, Motorcycle, Death-Defying Unicorn, bloody good. You know, I don't get that excited about records usually, but yeah, this is the shit. I mean, this is the bomb. This is amazing. Go out and buy it. Go out and buy it. Now back to the beach in Bajas. Synthy stuff, and I have bought some synth inspired records, and the one that's closer to this one is this one. Brilliant synth krautrock inspired LP, ARP, the soft wave. It's out on Small Town Super Sound. It's a German label, it's a German copy, it's limited edition. I found this, was probably, you know, a leftover copy in rough trade in or where was it? Yeah, never mind. I found this anyway in rough trade. I was looking for it, I couldn't find it online anywhere. It was sold out. It was some expensive copies on Discogs. I'm happy to get this. This is a Greek guy that's playing here. His name is Alexis Georgopoulos. Alexis Georgopoulos. Yeah, I don't know if he's Greek or if he's like you know, Greek German, second generation, whatnot. But this is a brilliant not synth pop, synth album. It's the sound is very familiar. I cannot put my finger on it, but it's bloody familiar and yeah, brilliant basically. Another synth album. Well, it's not synth, but it's electronic, so I guess it's within the same kind of range of music, which we are at the moment, is this one. This is a band called Mater Suspiria Vision, and it's you know, with beautiful babes outside, beautiful babes on the backside, real weird kind of you know, symbols and whatnot. The record is called The Inverted Triangle number 3. Obviously there is number 2 and number 1. This guy is doing synth electronic 80s kind of soundtracky stuff. Very similar in nature. Note that in nature with Umberto, for example. So you get like spoken word in Italian, by the way. I hope that this beautiful babe here, you know, that's why I fantasize that she's talking about in Italian, sexy voice. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, he's doing this kind of soundtrack, B-movie kind of thing going on. Pretty much similar to what Umberto does, but Umberto is more pop oriented. He's more like, you know, song structure, whereas he's like a bit more experimental. Quite interesting to check out. He has quite a few things, quite a few albums actually out on CD and in weird limited editions of 25 and whatnot that are very expensive. This is quite interesting to, you know, to check out. I think that you can find his stuff on Bandcamp, where you can just listen to it. Yeah, do check it out. Speaking of Umberto, I have bought, yes, his latest 12-inch, which is out on yes, Great Pop Supplement, which has had some reissues, not reissues, what am I talking about? Some records from oh, bugger me. Oh yeah, Anfang, Sylvester Anfang, for example, which have gone, you know, gone, period. So this is his latest 12-inch. He continues in more in the vein of ambient music, pretty much like his single-sided release that came out 5 months ago or so, on 100 copies. I'm happy to get one. I know that Chris Calvé 68 has one, which was just brilliant piece of work. This one is not as strong, I think. It spans 2 sides. It's not that long. It could be a one-sided thing, and also it is a continuation of, you know, side A continues on to side B. I didn't find it to be that good. I like Umberto, so, you know, I had to buy it anyway. And it's really funny. You know, he has. My guess is that the sleeve means that this is the guy that's driving and he's looking at this girl here, so, you know, again, the B-movie slasher, you know, kind of thriller, whatever, whatnot, kind of connection there. Going on to other things. Where should I go now? That's it's a bit hard. Okay, all right. Let's do the easy ones then. a month ago or so, I bought Giruti Columns Bread and Circuses, which I was very well impressed with. And you know, I was thinking that, bloody hell, what am I doing? I mean, you know, I've just skipped the whole Giruti Column thing. And as a result, I got another one. This is a return of the Giruti Column, classic album. You know, what can be said? Amazing guitar work. This guy is just amazing. And interestingly, I was listening to this, and I noticed that the producer is Martin Hannett, and he does have some effects here that remind me of the Joy Division. So yeah, it's quite really good. I mean, you know, it's classic. What do you expect? The next ones are classics as well. I mean, I will not spend a lot of time showing these because there is no reason why I should. I topped up on my Ramones collection, Road to Ruin and Leave Home, so that's done. Well, this is ended, so what I'll do is I will put in the Death Defying Unicorn from Spotify because I'm too bored to actually take the record out. Yeah. So yes, topping up on my Ramones collection. Obviously, you know, I had to get Talk Talk records. No need to discuss these. Everybody knows about these. You know. I also got Agartha and Pangea, which are the live albums from a long string of live albums from Miles Davis. Came out in the 70s. You know, excellent, unbelievable, brilliant, essential albums, and this is the best period of Miles Davis in my opinion. Anyway, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It's just unbelievable. Also, I got some soul. I've been showing heavy metal music, death metal, dark, I don't know, black metal, whatnot, but I got some soul as well. So I got Isaac Hayes, Hot Butter Soul, and yeah, I mean, you know, if you buy this just for Walk On By, it's just really worth it. Funnily enough, I've heard Walk On By as a sample initially from a band called, can't remember the name, electronica band back in the 90s, early 2000s, I don't remember. And I was thinking that, wow, this is an amazing song. I didn't know there was an Isaac Hayes song, but yeah, it's a brilliant album, classic. As is this one, Marvin Gaye. My God, I am a confused individual now, aren't I? So yeah, there you have it. So yes, I found these really cheap. So I was at fault, and you know, they had the Ramones ones and they had these ones, and I was like, yeah, well, you know, it's classic. I probably will buy it at some point. You hear that? This is the introduction. So, by the way, the Death Defying Unicorn has the best opening of a record I've ever heard. It's just, you know, it's fantastic. This is, you know, streaming. And also, this is shuffled. Oh, bugger. Don't do that. Sounds progressive, doesn't it? It's just epic. I hope you can hear it. and it goes to places that you don't imagine that it can go after all that. I mean, anyway, just have a listen. So, uh, Keiji Haino, Oren Abranchi, and Jim O'Rourke, Imikuzuki, labeled as noise record. Um, I don't like the. I was a little bit apprehensive buying this one because I know that not Jim O'Rourke, but Keiji Haino can be really a noisy bugger and can make records sound unlistenable in many ways. It is very noisy. It is very hard hitting. Actually, it's like I've I've put the needle on the record and it slipped. The needle slipped and went to the kind of the middle of the song, and it just hit me. The sound, the wall of sound of electric distortion, and I was like, oh, all right, let's put it in the beginning because I was kind of hoping that it would ease into it. But it was exactly the same. It was like, boom, take that. Yeah, very strong kind of, really strong music. Yeah, really good, really good. Can't go wrong. It's not noise. It's not really noise. It's a little bit more than that, I think. Speaking of noise, new EP from the place Very Strangers, Onwards to the Wall. Their second LP was not as strong. Their first LP was one of those records that have been reissued time and time again. The last, I don't know, 7 years that it's been out. This is a kind of return to form, and it's quite good. Sir Richard Bishop, Polytheistic Fragments. Sir Richard Bishop, obviously of what's her name? Sun City Girls. Yes, he's a guitarist, and more intricate guitar work here. Eastern influence. It's just really good. I need to buy some more of his stuff. Lotus Plaza, spooky action at a distance, brilliant kind of indie. I would say it's indie. Indie, not indie pop though. Indie something though. Let's go to this one. This is a vinyl upgrade. I had the CD, which I've shown on my albums I would like to have on CDs that I would like to have on the vinyl, and it's this one, Tame Impala. Inner Speak came out in 2010, I think. 2010 or 2011, I'm not sure. Probably 2010. Brilliant kind of psychedelic pop music. Yeah, excellent. I mean, highly recommended. Do check these guys out. One of the best records in 2010, in my opinion. This next one is a bit of a hard one to. It's not hard to listen, but it's very, very heavy in its concept and musically, and the people that are involved here are very, very kind of a tribute to that. So it's called Rapture, and it's latest in Nurse with Wounds discography. It's a trip into, as they describe it here in the insert, into what happens to a man's brain when he has the goings on in the brain during the last hour and 3 minutes of a life after suffering a major stroke. So, yeah, it's an interesting concept. And it's the kind of thing that you would expect Nurse with Wound to come up with. It's much more. It's not as experimental in a way that you would expect Nurse would want to be. So it's not. It doesn't feel disjointed. It doesn't feel like it's improvised in any kind of way. There's a lot of work being put into this, but it's a very heavy listen. I can tell you that. So yeah, quite interesting though. Um, Next one, Elias Ahmed. I thought that this was Elias Ahmed, Between Two Skies and Onward to the Night, out on the Immune Records. Brilliant psychedelic drone kind of music. I haven't opened this up yet, but I have listened to it a lot on Spotify, so it's yeah, really strong album. And I have his latest one as well. Very good stuff. I mean, do get these if you're into psychedelic music. Speaking of psychedelic music, one last one before we go on to more psychedelic stuff. A record that I bought out on a whim, really. My favorite online record store is Norman Records, and usually they have like the top 10, top 20, or whatever releases of the week. And the top release for last week was this one, Epic 45, and it's called Slides. Epic 45, I didn't know much about these guys, and yeah, they had a lot of releases on CD, and I was kind of influenced by seeing it like being recommended. And usually the recommendations are quite good. I mean, I would say 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 are very strong recommendations. And this was going for £9. So it was a reissue, limited reissue. It was a recommendation, £9. I said, well, I'll give it a try. To be honest, I saw this cover and I was thinking indie, 90s indie kind of music, but it's not. It's not. It has, and actually, it does. The music is very fitting to the nostalgic kind of record sleeve. It's post-rock, acoustic, electronic, droney, whatnot, and it's very good. It was worth the recommendation. So thank you, Norman Records, and do check these guys out. Epic 45, really good. Now going on to experimental stuff. L'Incendie, Areski and Brigitte Fontaine, psych folk classic from the 70s. Areski and Brigitte Fontaine had made also another record after this. I don't remember the title, but just classic kind of left field, if you like, music. I'm pretty sure that Big Star probably has this one. And almost there. These guys. Now this is a weird looking album. It's a band called La Otracina, which is a weird name for a band. They've been making records for quite a long time. They had a new release out on TP Records, and also this one, which is out on Sound of Cobra. Now, Sound of Cobra is the label that issued the Expo 70, an Expo 70 LP, which is equally limited. They do just limited stuff like 300 copies, 200 copies, whatnot. And I was like, Sound of Cobra, TP Records. This sounds interesting. I better check this out. And I did. And I got this. This is the Aquarian Wind, one-sided LP. as per what the guys at Sound of Cobra do. And this is brilliant. I listened to it first time, and I didn't know what to make of it, in the sense that it blends all these kinds of elements together in a very unique kind of way. I haven't listened to that kind of successful blend actually ever, I think. So they have progressive elements, they have krautrock elements, psychedelic elements, and they just managed to put all this together, making a very unique sounding record, and it's bloody brilliant. I highly recommend it. I am going to be buying more from Otracina, sorry, La Otracina, definitely. Highly recommended if you're into psychedelic music. I mean, this is really good. This is fantastic. Yeah. And finally, some limited stuff, very limited stuff, and very interesting stuff as well. To do a closing down, I hope, of a very interesting video. Musically speaking, because I don't think that I'm very interesting to look at. It's a band called Lamp of the Universe, and I found two of the records. One is Echoing Light, and the other one is The Cosmic Union. This is a guy that I think he's a New Zealander. I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused about this. It has been recorded in New Zealand. These are issued from Clastrodium Records in Germany. Limited editions, 500 copies. 500 copies of this, 400 copies. And it's a guy that's essentially one. Well, it's not one guy. It's like. I'm a bit confused whether it's just one guy or not, but anyway, what he does, he's playing very dopey kind of psychedelic music. This is the kind of lysergic psychedelic music that you would expect to hear from, I don't know, if it came out in the 60s. Indian influenced, they have tabla, they have like, electric guitars as well, and sometimes tablas, nuju, pot drum, sitar, rain pipe, flute, tambourine, chimes, zills, keyboards, synths, and sound effects. It has, all the makings of a great psychedelic album. Both of these albums are very similar sounding, and they could be like a set from a double LP set, to be honest. Out of the two, I would recommend checking out this one, Echoing the Light, just because I don't know, I found it a bit better, but they're both very strong, and they are both recommended basically if you like psychedelic music. I mean, this is really good. Also, this guy, the guy that is behind Lamp of the Universe, also had issued he had a record out with a band called Arc of Ascent, and oh my god, the name slipped my mind. And when I actually bought these records, Wahiki Records, yes, Wahiki Records, one of the VC members from New Zealand actually showed Arc of Ascent, and I said, "Oh wow! I got I got this these records from who are basically it's the guy from Arc of Ascent, but his previous stuff." So I'm expecting that as well, and yeah, and that's it basically. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the long running video. It's been almost 35 minutes. Hope it was worth for you. Do leave your comments. Subscribe if you think that is worth it, and I will see you around. Cheers, bye.